sat there for him. He goes to pick it up. Then he just calls his friends from, that website that always comes and visits and brings them beer. Anyways, I'm not going to give them free marketing.
We're going to do that.
Yeah. Sponsor us. Anyways, so I think my next question is this the last we're going to see of Joe Flacco, or is he going to go the route of washed up quarterback goes somewhere else?
I don't know if he's going to... Okay, so what's going to happen is he's going to retire. He's going to live on a boat right off of the dock. The players are going to strike, and they're going to have to bring Flacco back. Wait a minute, this is the replacements.
That was Falco.
What's the difference? Other than one went to Delaware, the other went to Ohio State.
I mean, same college.
Fuck off.
Come on, you can like the sports program all you like, but it's a subpar school for the size.
All Big Ten schools are some of the highest academically performing schools in the country.
Yeah, thanks Northwestern.
Okay, but at least the Big Ten has a standard that's higher than most of the NCAA. Like the Big Ten, you have to have like a 3.5 GPA. Not that they're the ones doing the fucking work, but
yeah,
there's got to be at least some smart motherfuckers doing everybody's work.
Well, listen, all you got to do is do what North Carolina did and sign your kids up for 4 3-credit study halls.
Christ wept. We wonder why we're getting dumber. We idolize the stupid.
And then a 4-credit lunch period.
I mean, I say that, and the Kardashians have a show, and I still don't know what they do.
Ray J. They do Ray J.
It's not justifiable of a job.
You've seen it. They do Ray J.
One of them did.
Love that.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Once you've met one Kardashian, you've fucked them all.
I hope to never meet them.
Oh man.
I don't think I'd enjoy it.
Although if you meet Kim, there's a good chance you might get to meet Kanye, who, by the way, provided us the name for tonight's episode, Poopity Scoop.
Well, that's true. I'd meet him. He seems like he's crazy and fun.
Yeah. Well, you can get into his phone too because he's got a secure password.
Whatever. I don't think a lot of people are getting close enough to get into his phone.
No.
0000.
Yeah, it was 6 zeros. Oops, sorry, Kanye. Anyways.
How could you express trust like that?
Anyways, so I think Joe Flacco finds his way to the same place that all old people retire. He's going to be the quarterback of the Jaguars next season.
He could go to Buffalo.
I mean,
heading down to Florida.
There's possibility that he comes back. I mean, I don't know. He may try and give it another go, but I mean, he seems like he is ready to be done. I mean, at times you see it with Ben Roethlisberger, depending on the week.
I was just going to say, what I want to see is just a retirement party of Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Joe Flacco, and Phillip Rivers. Just throw them one big-ass party.
Anybody else notice, too, in that Jaguars game on Sunday how much, again, he didn't look like he gave a shit?
Who?
Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, no, he didn't seem like he cared.
No.
And then he punches it in for a touchdown at the end to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's
over there with Gatorades, like,
he's
Yeah,
like,
we're
the fourth best team in the NFL. Fuck this. We don't need this. He's like LeBron. Like, I don't care about the regular season.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, funny story. You guys remember when the Cowboys thought taking Taco Charlton over TJ Watt was a good idea? Yeah.
Dude, don't talk to me about draft picks. I've laughed in the last 5-7 years. The fucking Giants have been terrible with draft picks.
The Cowboys and Giants are pretty much on the same footing.
Eric Flowers is my counter.
Taco Charlton.
Yeah, Eric Flowers.
Taco Charlton.
Eric Flowers can't even make a practice squad. Practice squad. Not available.
Well, the Cowboys... Okay, so the Cowboys and the Giants basically cancel each other out with Zeke Saquon, right?
Yeah, I guess. This is an entirely too long conversation. We do not need to talk about bad draft picks. We've been through this way too many
Peterman.
times. Well, That's true. That was a bad draft pick. That was a bad draft.
I mean, he was 4th-round quarterback, so can you really be mad?
Kyle Lauletta's not that bad yet.
We don't know that. Christian Hackenberg was a 2nd-round quarterback. Anyone should be pissed is Dan O'Shea.
Oh, that's true.
And they took Mark Sanchez in the 1st round.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of these things. I was enjoying you guys arguing. Don't bring me into this.
Yeah, this is Thanksgiving. Why are you making us depressed?
Because we get to see Mark Sanchez again.
Yes, that's hilarious. That's great. But South Park's on tomorrow. If I want comedy, I don't have to wait that long.
That's a good point. So, speaking of the Jets, bad franchise, let's talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is the worst franchises in sports.
Okay.
I've asked each of us to come up with the worst franchise in professional American sports. All right, any sport, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, whatever I missed, doesn't matter. If you know anything about MLS, you can talk about that, but it's all a bad sport, so I don't think it's really going to make any difference. So I'll start. For me, it's hands down, 100%, without question, the New York Mets.
Oh.
New York Mets are such a terrible franchise. All right? They were in the World Series 3 years ago and haven't done shit since, despite the fact that the Cy Young winner this year was a Met who could barely get above 500 wins with a 1.6 ERA. Not 500 wins, obviously, above 500 in wins.
Record.
With a 1.6 ERA, couldn't fucking win. If the Mets had just scored 4 runs in each of the games that he pitched, he would have been a perfect 32-0.
Yep, no run support at all.
Absolutely none. All right? It's because they keep doing stupid shit like giving Bobby Bonilla a fucking contract where he gets paid $1 million every year and hasn't been on the team in 20. All right?
Yep.
All right. In addition to that, the Wilpons entrusted Bernie Madoff with literally all of their money.
Yeah, that's right there. That tells you that's not a
All right?
great idea.
The team is just so bad that the acronym METS, short for Metropolitans, but a lot of people know it better as My Entire Team Sucks. And to make matters worse, they need a complete overhaul of the team, it seems like. And what do for their general manager? They hire an agent. Not just an agent who used to represent a few of their players. One of which is going to need to get a contract sometime soon. A player that he said, either pay me or trade me. So now, I want to see the negotiations between Brodie Van Wagenen and I got Tim Lincecum on my mind because of that thing I showed you guys earlier. I was clever back then. Between Brodie Van Wagenen and Jacob deGrom. I want to see what those the negotiations are like. Because if I'm being honest, I don't think the Mets are going to have Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard by the time deGrom's next contract is up.
No, when they go across town.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets are never going to trade anything to the Yankees. But that's stupid, selfish pride that they have. There are trades that would totally benefit both of them, but they'll never do it because they're a shitty franchise. So for me, the worst franchise in all of American professional sports is the New York Metropolitans.
You took mine.
Oh.
I mean, in a way, you made a lot of good sense right there. I mean, every year from year to year, they can never get it together. If they are good, they never get it done. So,
yeah.
All right. right. Well, I'm gonna go on a different track, and I do think it is changing, and there are brighter days ahead. But as far as historically bad, you got to go with the Browns. They've had 3 winning seasons. They've had 2 playoff appearances of those 3 winning seasons. And they've won in the playoffs 1 game.
Since when?
Since 1990. So our entire lives, I believe. I don't think were any of us born before 1990?
87.
No, Tony, you old fuck.
Yep.
So pretty much our entire lives, they've been just terrible. The Mets at least have won a championship. And, maybe it's ancient history, especially given the age of the franchise. But they also have had, more winning seasons and everything like that. The Browns, yikes. It's finally, I think, looking a lot brighter for them. But if we're just saying today and back, I'd go with the Browns.
I mean, they're also hoping to interview Condoleezza Rice for head coach.
True.
And their current head coach is Greg Williams, who, as we all know, was responsible for Bountygate. And I do also want to make sure that we give them their due. They did not play from 96 to 98. They became the Baltimore Ravens, and then the Browns were created again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that made things less depressing for Cleveland for 2 years? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently, yes.
Well, you know what? Rather than suffer, let's just not even worry about it.
Yeah!
Jesus. All right. I'm actually going to stick in the same sport as Dan.
Are you going to Oakland Raiders?
No.
Ooh.
I'm going with another team that's never made it to a Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions.
That's a good one.
First of all, Detroit...
They're the third oldest team.
Detroit is depressing as a city, just in general. I have to fly in there tomorrow.
Good luck.
I'm not leaving the airport. It doesn't matter. So, first of all, it's not like Detroit hasn't had things to watch and be excited about. They've had Barry Sanders. They'd have Calvin Johnson. But the problem is these people retire probably with something to do about the fact that they play for fucking Detroit. Detroit has made 1 playoff game since 1958, and that was in 1991.
They won 1 playoff game?
Yes, 1.
Okay.
Since 1958, and it was in 91. They're one of the only 2 teams that have been around the entirety of the Super Bowl era and not played in it.
The other ones would be the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, and then there's one other team that has not made it.
I'm gonna try.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's 91 that they came in. They came in with Carolina.
Oh yeah.
So they haven't made a Super Bowl or haven't won the Super Bowl.
Haven't played in a Super Bowl.
Let's see. AFC East. Patriots have. Bills have. Dolphins have. And the Jets have.
Yep.
Then the AFC South. The Jaguars run around. The Colts won a Super Bowl.
The Browns are the only team since the Super Bowl era that haven't played in it. Well, along with them, because they were one of only 2 teams. The Browns were.
I thought you said 3.
No, 3 have never played in it. But Jacksonville was also created in 91.
Yeah, Jacksonville never played in it. The Browns.
Everyone else has played in it. Everyone except for those 3 teams.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Houston too, but Houston again was made even after the Jags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they were brought back as you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have teams of history or players in history that are good players. Matt Stafford's a pretty good player. Calvin Johnson at one point was the most dominant wide receiver in the league. Barry Sanders could do whatever the hell he wanted. They've had these teams that have always been trash. Not to mention, this is a team that not long ago went 0-16. And this is the same team that Orlovsky ran out of the end zone.
Yeah.
For a safety. A quarterback ran out of the end zone.
They're the team that's not out of the play.